Righto, Malcolm Moore here. I've got a nice, simple drill, an easy to understand drill. I've nabbed it off a friend of mine, a French instructor, and I actually quite like it. I've been using it a little bit recently, testing it out on some clients, and I found it's been pretty helpful and actually quite transformative, particularly with people's heel side turns. Now, this is going to be a drill that's aimed at slightly more intermediate to advanced level riders, and I'll explain a bit more what level exactly you need to be at and what you need to be doing when we're a little bit further down the slope. So what you need is a pole. I'm using one of these selfie sticks, but you can nab a pole off a skier when they're not looking. That will work as well. And this is basically the drill. For the heel side, you're going to bring the pole down to there. You're going to draw your backhand, so my right hand, towards your front knee, and it's going to pull your front shoulder up like that. By doing that, it's pulling your hip back onto the inside of the turn, and it's bringing you into a slightly more exaggerated open forward facing position. Then at the edge change, the pole is going to move across your body like this, and now my front hand is going to tap down towards my front knee, and my backhand is raised up like this. So heel edge, toe side, heel side, toe side, back and forth like that. Now obviously you could just move the pole around like this, but nothing much is going to happen underfoot to your board. The key is to get this movement here, where on the heel side your front knee and your front hip are drawn in to the inside of the turn towards the back edge of the board. And then as you come from heels to toes, my front knee and front hip passes over my front foot. So now on the toe side, my shoulder, hip, knee is stacked vertically above my shin, driving pressure into the front of the boot, which is going to give me power and grip through the turn. And really, that's what this drill is all about. It's about increasing your edge angle, but also bringing you into an ever stronger position as we move through the turn. Okay, so I'm going to get my board on. I'm going to explain how it works. I'm going to start off I'm going to start off by explaining why you might not really be riding in this position, particularly on the heel side, and what you're probably doing wrong on the heels that's stopping you from getting a nice level of grip through your turns. You might have spotted there, I'm on these new FASE Bindings. I'll probably drop a review of these, maybe a little comparison of these against the Supermatics quite soon. I was going to do it today, but to be honest with you, I find making gear reviews a little bit boring. It's much more fun for me to be riding like this. Okay, so let's come over to the top of the slope where this skier's taking a pee. I mean, come on. There's better places to do it. Anyhow, so I'll just begin by talking about the position you usually start learning in with your heel side slip. And you're going to be very much in line with the board, everything sort of stacked over your edge, which is fine for making a skid like this, but when you actually want to start driving the board across the slope and getting grip, it's not really the strongest position. And then as you start learning to turn, the first drills you do, you start to do a sort of diagonal side slip to get the board across the slope like this, or even the falling leaf where you start flattening your front foot. But those positions are all about releasing pressure off the front foot and basically working towards the edge change. So what I find a lot of people when they're riding, as soon as they get onto the heel side, rather than trying to increase the grip, they're just thinking about releasing pressure under the board and going into that next turn. Same thing kind of happens on the toe side. When you start, we're in this position and it's not as dissimilar, the toe side position, which is why this is more transformative to the heel side. But a lot of people are then straight away looking for the next turn and essentially kind of pulling that front knee away, pulling it down the slope, which is again, just releasing pressure. But what this drill is going to do, the more we go into that position there and drive this front hand towards that front knee and get that hip stacked over the top there, the more pressure you're going to get down through the top of the boot and the more grip you're going to be able to achieve. So let me just make a few turns once these skiers are out of the way, and you see as I increase this movement, as I do more of this movement, it's going to give me more grip with the board. So coming round onto the heel side edge, we've got a load of skiers behind me. We'll just let them get out of the way. Okay, so now let's get into it. Okay, so toe side, into the heel side, drive that backhand to the front knee, front hand to the front knee, backhand to the front knee, okay? And you can see the more I do that, the more I go into this position, the more the board just wants to drive and turn back up the slope, back up the hill. Okay, it's not just for carve turns either. Do some shorter turns here as well. Just really helps you cross your front hip and knee over the top of the board, right there. Okay. Speed things up. We've got another big group behind us. I want to get away from them a little bit. Heel side. Oh, a little bit bumpy here. Okay, and it is a little bit restrictive holding the pole. It stops you make corrective movements to balance yourself when you need to. But obviously the idea is going to pull the pole away from your body. So I'm just going to show you something quickly down here, how this can be used to really quickly throw my hips on either side of the board to make quick carved edge changes. So, all right, and we'll take this into some carved turns now. Gives me so much grip, just gets my weight stacked where we want it to be. And on that heel side, just really helps pull me through the turn, aligns my body much more in the direction I'm going, rather than just being completely in line with the board. Oh, yes. Now, I explained earlier that this drill is going to be slightly more suited to intermediate and advanced riders, and the reason for that is there are a couple of things that you need to be able to do. Firstly, this isn't really going to work unless at the end of every turn you've got the board gripping and traversing across the slope and you're able to make an early edge change, which is where you change edge and have the new edge set in before the fall line. And secondly, you need to be riding with reasonably higher edge angles. And the reason is because, particularly in this heel side position, because your upper body opens up and is much further ahead of the board, if your edge isn't digging in the snow and it's not a sufficient angle to essentially press against the snow and have something to brace against, the back end of the board is just going to wash out. So let me demonstrate. First thing, we need this early edge change, which just means you can change edge across the slope like that. I'll just show you a quick edge change from toes to heels where I make this movement but don't have enough edge angle, and you'll just see the back end of the board washes out. So come from toes to heels, make this movement but not enough edge angle, that back end of the board just skids out. So you've got to be confident with your edge changes, properly crossing your hips over the board, making a sufficient lateral movement, which is where you lean over the board, a bit like on a bike where you lean into the turn. Same thing we're doing on a snowboard here. You have to be able to do that sufficiently enough to create enough edge angle that your board has got something to press and grip against. So let's get back into some turns. Just let these guys past. We'll go over to this spot on the left over here and we'll do some slightly smaller, shorter turns, showing you this working. Okay, so, right, here we go, heels, onto the toes. Okay, and now if I just remove the pole but continue with the same movements, it suddenly feels a lot freer there, I have to be honest. But same kind of movement helps me achieve exactly what I'm looking for, and that is driving the board through the turn, but also getting my hip, my left knee over the board nice and early onto the turn to give me a good amount of grip. Just come over here. So it's sometimes called the karate stance because you end up in this kind of position on the heels, and as you come around with the toes, in this kind of position there, looking a bit like someone doing karate. Righto-ho. Okay, let's try and make the turns a bit bigger. Whoa, snow's not amazing. It probably looks quite good, but actually it hasn't snowed for a very long time. And it's not quite fully trusting my edges. Ooh, almost ran out of slope there. And I'll show you once more now this little flicking of the board back and forth, this little carving exercise that I quite like. Here we go. Bang, 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 bang. Hola! And that'll do nicely. So, give it a go, right, guys? Heel side position. Just start drawing your backhand down towards the knee there. He was a little bit close. Start drawing that backhand towards the knee there. Front arm comes up, and as you go round onto the toe side, front knee hip comes across into that position. Start to get into that little rhythm there at the edge change. You'll find it passes your hips really nicely, back and forward over the top of the board, helps with that edge change, but the more you do it, and you can do it progressively throughout the turn, it's going to give you more grip throughout the turn as you go on. Okay, so let me know what you think of this one. If you give it a go, let me know if it helps you. Drop it down in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.